we will have a presenting ceremony of declaration and commitment of TPCW. We will have a time to hear about the declaration of commitment from Mr. Syed Abdullah Tariq, the President of World Organization of Religion and Knowledge, with the support especially on Article 8 and 9 of TPCW. He has prepared the commitment as a religious leader. After reading the commitment, Mr. Tariq is going to present a commitment on scroll the chairman Healy of HWPL. Please give him a big hand.
Respectable Mrs. Mamdua Majid and Suniti Kant, co-founder and MD, Reaching Sky Foundation. My WAP office meeting colleague, Mr. Vidupriya Das, and all the respectable audience here, knowledgeable people, and not the least of all, Elena Kin and Dr. Kyle Ishil. Peace be upon you all. We are here for the second annual commemoration of the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War. I am from, as it has been told to you, from an organization that is World Organization of Religions and Knowledge. In my country, the scripture said that the whole world was used to be one country, and it was once called Bharat. Now we call this a small land Bharat. In 1947, the boundaries were drawn even in this small land. The boundaries were drawn among the Korea was also divided, and a boundary was drawn there also. In fact, these boundaries are not drawn on the land. Our hearts are divided. And when a message of peace and a message of cessation of war has come to us from HWPL, we have to welcome it. I'll read out this declaration and commitment. In keeping with the heavenly and universally acknowledged principles of humanity, we as individuals or organizations on this day of second annual commemoration or declaration of peace and cessation of war resolve to a declaration commitment. While not a legal document, this declaration and commitment indicates our will to make this earth a heaven of peace. Now this declaration, we declare that we endorse the intention and efforts of HWPL to enact as international law 10 articles and 38 clauses of declaration of peace and cessation of war through United Nations and all governments of all countries. In the capacity of being religious leaders or organizations, especially support Article 8 and 9 of DPCW. And we support the basic human right of any individual or group to embrace or follow any peaceful religion by his or her own free will. We deplore all sorts of efforts by any government, group or individual to harass, intimidate or hinder the peaceful propagation or preaching of any religion by any group or individual. We condemn all sorts of insults, abuses, mudslinging or using foul languages against any religion or founder of any religion. We oppose any religious discrimination practiced or exhibited by any government, group or individual against any group or persons. We strongly oppose and condemn the use of force, threat, intimidation or coercion to convert or reconvert a person to any religion. We denounce the interference of political parties, groups, or theocratic governments in religious beliefs or peaceful practices of a religion so as to abuse and distort its original values to suit and conform with their own selfish ends. and now the commitment. We commit in the capacity of being a sincere and honest religious leaders and organization. We shall try to share with and spread among Indian society and masses the principles and values of DPCW. And we shall use our influence to urge all political parties in India to include the DPCW in their manifestos and to demand the central and state governments and union territories to enact the articles of DPW as legal binding law. I'll request all of you present here to verify and to support this declaration and commitment by saying yay. Thank you all. And on behalf of all of you, because you have supported it, we presented to be sent it to President to Chairman Lee through Elena Kim. Will you please deliver it to him? Thank you. And finally, the last word which I have to say is that India is a large country, a vast country with more than 1.3 billion population. When the messengers of peace have come here, and there is a large majority here who love peace, who want to spread peace, and when we are associating with HWPL for peace, not war, for the dialogue between different religions, for shedding hatred, I think it must be made a mass movement here among masses. It should be a conference of some selected people, some invitees, a very few handful of invitees, and we should find ways to make peace the mass movement, and all the lovers of peace should unite and come together to support this movement. Thank you very much.
It was such an amazing moment where we could feel the passion upon achieving true peace from religious leader. Please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Tariq.